Hello friends, this is Rahul. I'm a software developer with more than 15 years of experience in IT industry. In this video series, I'm going to talk about a detailed approach towards how you can prepare yourself for a software engineering job interview. I have taken a lot of interviews myself and I'm going to share some of the do's and don'ts and common mistakes which people make. So, let's get started. Programming languages. Which programming language should I choose? Do I need to learn the latest language out there? How long would it take to learn that language? What if that language won't be used in my future company? Is it worth the effort? These are some of the commonly asked questions when someone starts job interview preparation. Let me tell you this, most job interviews are language agnostic, meaning it doesn't matter in which language you code. All they look for is if you can solve the problem, explain the code, and share details like time and space complexity, which I'll cover soon. Don't worry. Further, is it good to have knowledge of multiple programming languages in your resume? Well, it's always good, but not must. We as engineers know it's a it's easy for a person to pick up any language if they are smart and have a good handle on algorithms and data structures. More about it soon. Now, coming back to recommendation, I would recommend Python programming language. This language is easy, simple, and fast to learn, and the syntax is pretty easy to remember, more English like, and complex tasks can be solved using just few lines of code in Python. Guys who are familiar with C language know that it doesn't have native support for lists, maps, etc. Now imagine if you are solving problems and your problem requires those data structure, you would have to code them. It takes a lot of time and totally unnecessary. With Python, you can get them for free and you just focus on the actual problem. Now, coming to how do you go about learning this new language? There are a lot of tutorials and videos out on the internet about this language. All I recommend is not watch like 5 or 10 hours of video on the language. Programming language is best learned when you actually practice it side by side with concepts and lesson. So I will recommend this tutorial from learnpython.org. If you open this link, you will find there is a section learn the basic. That's all you need to get started on your programming journey. You don't need to be a pro of the language to crack the job interview. If you click on any of the links, you will notice that there is a, there is a Python shell side by side with the lesson. In this way, you can learn the concept and see them in action too. Remember, more you practice, more comfortable you will get with the language. Once you have a good handle of the basic concept of the language, I suggest to download this IDE and practice coding further there. You can download Visual Studio IDE with Python plugin, and I'll post the link of this website in the description too. IDE helps with basic sanity check in the code. It tries to identify problems with the code, provides some suggestions, substitutions, autocomplete, and so on. Let me know if you guys want me to make a video on how to use this IDE. Now that you understand the language, what's next? I suggest you don't rush and try to solve the problem now. We aren't there yet. Rather, get yourself more comfortable with the language by reading more Python code online. This will give you more confidence that you understand the language by reading someone else's code. Further, I'll suggest you create a sample project of your own and try to use all the constructs and concepts you have learned so far. Like take example of data types, variables, lists, functions, map, etc., which you have learned in the tutorial. You can also consider creating this sample project wherein the user provides list of student records of a school in your project. You store them in your project and provide different ways for the user to retrieve the data from your project. For example, you can expose methods like fetch total number of students, how many students scored 80%, and so on. Again, the idea behind a sample project is you use all the concepts you have learned so far, practice them again and again so that you have a good handle on the language before the next steps. If you like this video, please do comment on the comment section and let me know. Also, do not forget to subscribe. In the next video, I will cover algorithms and data structures and share some tips. So, see you there.